Have you ever gone to bed dreaming of a solid 8 hours of sleep, only to be jolted awake at 2 a.m. by an urgent need to use the bathroom, leaving you frustrated and exhausted? You might blame that glass of water or think it's just part of getting older. But what if the real reason has nothing to do with what you drink and everything to do with simple, fixable mistakes you're making without even realizing it? In this video, we're diving into the 5 surprising reasons your sleep is being disrupted and how you can fix them starting tonight. You need to watch until the end because we'll reveal the #1 overlooked mistake that could cut your nightly wake-ups in half, giving you the deep, uninterrupted rest you deserve. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video, you can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment #1. If you don't like it, comment #0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. Mistake number 5. It gets absorbed from your stomach and intestines into your bloodstream. The journey of fluids through your body is a complex and remarkable process that plays a significant role in your overall health, particularly when it comes to achieving restful, uninterrupted sleep. When you consume any liquid, be it water, herbal tea, juice, or even a late-night cup of decaf coffee, the process begins in your digestive system. The stomach and intestines act as gateways, absorbing these fluids through their specialized linings into the bloodstream. This absorption is not a passive process. It involves active transport mechanisms that move water and dissolved nutrients across the intestinal walls, increasing your blood volume and setting off a cascade of physiological responses. Once in the bloodstream, this additional fluid is detected by the kidneys, the body's highly efficient filtration units. The kidneys continuously monitor blood volume and composition, filtering out waste products, excess water, and electrolytes to maintain homeostasis. When blood volume rises due to fluid intake, the kidneys respond by extracting surplus fluid to produce urine, which is then funneled to the bladder for storage. This process is not instantaneous. Multiple factors, including your hydration status, metabolism, and the type of fluid consumed, influence it. For instance, plain water is absorbed and processed more quickly than sugary or electrolyte-rich drinks, which may require additional metabolic steps. On average, it takes between 60 and 180 minutes for consumed fluids to complete this journey, from ingestion to the point where your bladder signals the need to urinate. This timeline has significant implications for sleep, especially if you consume fluids close to bedtime. For example, if you drink a large glass of water at 10 p.m. and plan to sleep by 11 p.m., your kidneys may reach peak urine production between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. This can result in a full bladder that wakes you up, disrupting your sleep cycle. Such interruptions can fragment your sleep, reducing time spent in restorative stages like deep sleep and REM, leaving you feeling fatigued and less refreshed the next day. Over time, repeated disruptions can contribute to chronic sleep deprivation, which is linked to issues like impaired cognitive function, mood swings, and weakened immune response. Fortunately, your body has a natural mechanism to mitigate this issue: the anti-diuretic hormone, ADH, or vasopressin, secreted by the pituitary gland. ADH acts as a regulator, instructing the kidneys to reabsorb water and reduce urine production, particularly during sleep. At night, ADH levels typically rise as part of the body's circadian rhythm, helping to minimize bathroom trips and promote uninterrupted rest. However, consuming fluids too close to bedtime can interfere with this finely tuned system. Late-night hydration can suppress ADH release, keeping the kidneys in a state akin to daytime mode, where they continue to filter and produce urine at a higher rate. This results in a fuller bladder during the night, increasing the likelihood of nocturia, frequent nighttime urination. Scientific research provides compelling evidence for the importance of timing fluid intake to optimize sleep. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Clinical Urology explored fluid management strategies for individuals with nocturia. The study involved 200 participants who adjusted their fluid intake habits over 6 months. Those who adhered to a strict 3-hour cutoff for liquids before bedtime, meaning no significant fluid intake after 8 p.m. For an 11 p.m. bedtime, they experienced a 40% reduction in nighttime urination episodes compared to a control group with a 1-hour cutoff. Additionally, participants reported improved sleep quality, with fewer awakenings and longer periods of uninterrupted rest. These findings highlight the critical role of timing in fluid management and its direct impact on sleep health. To minimize nighttime disruptions, adopting a strategic approach to hydration is key. The most effective strategy is to front-load your fluid intake, consuming the bulk of your daily water requirement, typically 2 to 3 liters for adults, depending on activity level and climate, during the morning and early afternoon. This allows your body to process fluids when you're active and able to visit the bathroom without disrupting your schedule. As evening approaches, gradually taper off fluid consumption. For instance, after 6 p.m., limit intake to small sips, especially if you're taking evening medications. Even a small volume of water used to swallow a pill can contribute to urine production, so aim for the minimal amount necessary. Additionally, consider the type of fluids you consume in the evening. Beverages like alcohol or caffeinated drinks, even in small amounts, can act as diuretics, further stimulating urine production. Opt for non-diuretic options, such as a small glass of milk or a caffeine-free herbal tea, if you need something soothing before bed. Tracking your habits can also help. Try keeping a hydration journal for a week to note when and what you drink, along with any nighttime awakenings. This can reveal patterns and help you fine-tune your routine. I'd love to hear about your current hydration habits. What's your typical cutoff time for liquids before bed? And have you noticed any correlation with nighttime bathroom trips? Share your experiences in the comments below, and let's discuss how small tweaks to your routine might lead to better sleep. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Mistake number 4. The late dinner and the hidden diuretic trap. Even if you've mastered the art of timing your fluid intake, you might still find yourself waking up at night to use the bathroom. If this resonates with you, it's time to turn your attention to your dinner habits. Specifically, the timing of your meals and the foods you're eating. These 2 factors can profoundly influence your body's ability to wind down for sleep and may be contributing to nocturia, the medical term for frequent nighttime urination. Let's break this down into its 2 key components. Meal timing and food composition, both of which can create a perfect storm for sleep disruption if not managed thoughtfully. Meal timing and its impact on sleep. Eating a large, heavy meal within 3 to 4 hours of bedtime can significantly disrupt your body's natural preparation for sleep. Digestion is a complex, energy-intensive process that demands substantial blood flow and metabolic resources to break down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats in the stomach and intestines. This process elevates your core body temperature, which runs counter to the body's natural cooling mechanism that occurs as you transition into sleep. According to the Sleep Foundation, your body temperature typically drops by about 1 to 2 degrees Fahrenheit in the evening to facilitate restful sleep. A late, heavy meal can interfere with this cooling process, keeping your body in an active, alert state when it should be winding down. Moreover, digestion produces a lesser-known byproduct called metabolic water, which is generated as your body metabolizes macronutrients. For example, breaking down 100 grams of carbohydrates can produce approximately 55 grams of water, while 100 grams of fat can yield up to 107 grams of water. This metabolic water enters the bloodstream, increasing the fluid load that your kidneys must filter and process, much like drinking a glass of water would. A large, late dinner, especially one rich in complex carbohydrates or fats, can thus contribute to increased urine production overnight, leading to those frustrating middle-of-the-night bathroom trips. A study published in the Journal of Sleep Research in 2024 examined the effects of late-night eating on sleep quality in 150 participants. The results showed that individuals who consumed meals within 3 hours of bedtime experienced a 25% increase in sleep fragmentation, including awakenings due to bladder signals, compared to those who ate earlier. These findings suggest that giving your body ample time to digest before sleep is crucial for minimizing disruptions. The hidden diuretic trap in your food choices. The second component to consider is the composition of your evening meals, particularly the presence of diuretic foods that can exacerbate nocturia. Diuretics are substances that promote urine production by either suppressing ADH or directly stimulating the kidneys. The most notorious culprits are alcohol and caffeine, both of which inhibit ADH release, leading to increased urine output. For example, a glass of wine or a late-night coffee, even if decaffeinated, can still have mild diuretic effects due to other compounds like tannins or acids. Less obvious, but equally impactful, are certain healthy foods with natural diuretic properties. Vegetables like celery, cucumbers, asparagus, bell peppers, and parsley contain compounds that encourage the kidneys to excrete more water. For instance, celery contains phthalides, which can relax blood vessels and increase urine output, while cucumbers have a high water content, about 95%, that adds to the fluid load. Spicy foods, such as those seasoned with chili peppers, can also act as bladder irritants for some individuals, creating a sense of urgency that prompts a bathroom visit, even if the bladder isn't full. Consider this common scenario. You enjoy a nutritious dinner at 9 p.m., featuring a large salad with cucumbers, celery, and a sprinkle of parsley, perhaps paired with a spicy vinaigrette. While this meal is packed with vitamins and minerals, its diuretic components, combined with the late timing, can lead to increased urine production by 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., waking you from sleep. This effect is compounded if the meal is large, as the additional metabolic water from digestion further taxes your kidneys. Strategies to optimize your dinner routine. To reduce the likelihood of nighttime bathroom trips, adopt a two-pronged approach to your evening meals. First, aim to finish your last substantial meal at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. For example, if you plan to sleep at 11 p.m., try to complete dinner by 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. This allows your body sufficient time to digest the meal, process metabolic water, and reduce the fluid load on your kidneys before sleep. If you're hungry later in the evening, opt for a small, easily digestible snack, such as a banana or a handful of nuts, which produce minimal metabolic water and are less likely to disrupt sleep. Second, become a diuretic detective when planning your evening meals. If nocturia is a persistent issue, shift diuretic-heavy foods to earlier in the day. For example, enjoy that cucumber celery salad at lunch, when your body has ample time to process the extra fluid. In the evening, choose cooked, non-diuretic vegetables like carrots, broccoli, zucchini, or sweet potatoes, which are gentler on your kidneys and bladder. If you love spicy foods, try to incorporate them into breakfast or lunch to avoid potential bladder irritation at night. When it comes to beverages, steer clear of alcohol and caffeine in the evening, and opt for small amounts of non-diuretic drinks if needed. To put this into practice, consider meal prepping your dinners for the week with nocturia prevention in mind. Plan balanced meals that prioritize low diuretic ingredients and schedule them early enough to align with your bedtime. Keeping a food and sleep diary for a week can also help you identify specific foods or timing patterns that correlate with nighttime awakenings. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. What's a favorite healthy food in your evening routine that might be acting as a hidden diuretic? Have you noticed any patterns between your dinner choices and nighttime bathroom trips? Share your insights in the comments below, and let's explore how small adjustments to your meal timing and food choices can lead to deeper, more restorative sleep. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Mistake number 3. The pre-sleep, good enough, bathroom trip. One of the most common yet overlooked errors I encounter in my urological practice is the pre-sleep, good enough, bathroom trip. A habit that seems innocuous but significantly disrupts sleep through nighttime urination, or nocturia. As part of your nightly wind down, you likely include a quick stop at the bathroom before climbing into bed. However, this ritual is often performed on autopilot. Your mind might be racing through tomorrow's schedule, distracted by your phone, or simply eager to collapse into bed. You urinate, feel sufficiently relieved, and assume your bladder is adequately emptied. This is the good enough mistake, a subtle but critical oversight that sets the stage for waking up multiple times at night to use the bathroom. Your bladder is a dynamic, muscular organ that communicates with your brain through a complex network of nerves. As it fills with urine, it stretches, sending signals to your brain that eventually trigger the urge to urinate. When you're distracted, tired, or rushing through this pre-sleep bathroom trip, you may only empty your bladder to 80 to 90% of its capacity. That remaining 10-20%, while seemingly minor, can have a profound impact. For example, if your bladder holds approximately 400 to 500 milliliters at full capacity, a typical range for adults, leaving behind 40 to 80 milliliters gives your bladder a head start on refilling overnight. As your kidneys continue to filter blood and produce urine at a reduced rate during sleep, about 0.5 to 1 milliliter per minute. This residual volume means your bladder reaches its wake-up threshold much sooner, often rousing you from sleep hours earlier than necessary. Over time, these disruptions fragment your sleep cycle, reducing time spent in restorative deep and REM sleep stages, which can leave you feeling groggy and fatigued the next day. To counteract this, urologists and pelvic floor specialists recommend a technique called double voiding, a mindful practice designed to maximize bladder emptying before bed. Esteemed institutions like the Cleveland Clinic, Johns Hopkins Medicine, and the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases endorsed double voiding for its simplicity, non-invasive approach, and proven effectiveness in managing nocturia and incomplete bladder emptying. This technique requires only a few extra minutes but can significantly reduce nighttime awakenings, improve sleep quality, and even alleviate daytime urinary urgency for some individuals. By incorporating double voiding into your bedtime routine, you ensure your bladder starts the night as empty as possible, minimizing the likelihood of disruptive trips to the bathroom. Here's a detailed, step-by-step guide to mastering double voiding as the final step in your nighttime routine, ideally performed just before you settle into bed. Visit the bathroom and sit down. Whether you're male or female, sitting on the toilet is critical. Sitting allows your pelvic floor muscles to fully relax, creating an optimal environment for complete bladder emptying. Standing, often habitual for men, can cause these muscles to remain partially tensed, leading to incomplete voiding. Ensure you're in a calm, distraction-free setting. Put your phone away and focus on the task. Urinate naturally. Allow the urine to flow without pushing or straining, as forcing can disrupt the bladder's natural rhythm and lead to incomplete emptying or even pelvic floor dysfunction over time. Continue until you feel the stream has stopped and you're done. Pause for 30 to 60 seconds. Resist the urge to stand up immediately. Take a moment to breathe deeply, relax your body, and let your bladder settle. This brief pause allows your brain and bladder to sync, signaling any residual urine that may not have been released during the initial void. Lean forward slightly. Rest your forearms on your knees or thighs to gently shift your posture. This subtle change repositions your bladder and urethra, encouraging any remaining urine to flow out more easily. For women, this can align the urethra for better drainage. For men, it can reduce pressure from the prostate, which may impede complete emptying, especially in cases of benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. Attempt to urinate again. After the pause and posture adjustment, try to urinate once more. You may be surprised to find additional urine is released, even if it's just a small amount. This second void ensures your bladder is as empty as possible, significantly reducing the chances of waking up with a full bladder. This 2 to 3 minute ritual can transform your sleep quality by preventing premature bladder filling overnight. For individuals with conditions like overactive bladder, BPH, or pelvic floor dysfunction, double voiding can also reduce daytime urinary frequency and urgency. If you've never tried double voiding, consider implementing it consistently for a few nights and tracking how it affects your sleep. Have you noticed frequent nighttime trips to the bathroom disrupting your rest? This simple technique could be a game changer. Mistake number 2. Your bedroom's unregulated microclimate. Your body operates like a finely calibrated thermostat, and the environment in which you sleep, specifically the temperature of your bedroom and the clothing you wear, plays a critical role in regulating kidney function, hormone production, and overall sleep quality. An unregulated bedroom microclimate can disrupt your body's ability to enter deep, restorative sleep stages, leading to increased urine production and more frequent nighttime bathroom visits. Let's dive into the science behind this. The ideal bedroom temperature for optimal sleep, as recommended by sleep researchers and organizations like the National Sleep Foundation, is a cool 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. This range aligns with your body's natural circadian rhythm, which triggers a slight drop in core body temperature as you prepare for sleep. This cooling process is essential for entering deeper sleep stages, such as slow-wave sleep, where the anti-diuretic hormone, ADH, is most active. ADH, produced by the pituitary gland, signals your kidneys to reabsorb water, concentrating urine and reducing its production during the night. However, when your bedroom is too warm, say, above 70 degrees Fahrenheit 21 degrees Celsius, or you're wearing non-breathable fabrics like polyester pajamas or heavy bedding, your core body temperature remains elevated. This prevents you from reaching deeper sleep stages, keeping you in lighter, more restless phases where you're more likely to notice and act on a partially full bladder. Additionally, warmer environments can suppress ADH production, leading to increased urine output overnight. On the flip side, a bedroom that's too cold, below 60 degrees Fahrenheit 16 degrees Celsius, can trigger a physiological response known as cold diuresis, which also increases urine production. When your body is exposed to cold temperatures, it prioritizes protecting vital organs by constricting blood vessels in your extremities, hands, feet, arms, and legs, through a process called vasoconstriction. This redirects blood toward your core, increasing central blood volume and pressure. Your kidneys interpret this as an excess of fluid in the body and respond by filtering out more water, producing additional urine to reduce the pressure. This phenomenon is why you might notice an increased need to urinate after swimming in a cold pool, spending time in a chilly environment, or sleeping in an overly cold room. A 2017 study in the Journal of Physiological Anthropology confirmed that ambient room temperature directly impacts sleep stage quality. While cold diuresis is a well-established principle in medical literature, often observed in conditions like hypothermia or prolonged cold exposure. To create an optimal sleep microclimate that supports your body's natural processes and minimizes nocturia, follow these evidence-based recommendations. Set your thermostat to 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. This temperature range promotes deeper sleep, enhances ADH function, and reduces overnight urine production. If you don't have a programmable thermostat, consider using a fan or air conditioning unit to maintain a consistent cool environment. Choose breathable sleepwear. Opt for loose-fitting pajamas made of natural, breathable fabrics like cotton, bamboo, or linen. These materials allow your skin to breathe, wick away moisture, and help regulate body temperature. Avoid synthetic fabrics like polyester or nylon, which trap heat and can keep your core temperature elevated. Use layered, breathable bedding. Instead of heavy comforters or non-breathable materials, choose lightweight, breathable blankets that you can easily adjust during the night. Layered bedding allows you to add or remove covers as needed, preventing overheating or excessive cooling. For those who tend to feel cold, a single warm blanket paired with breathable pajamas is better than heavy, heat-trapping sleepwear. Ventilate your bedroom. Ensure proper airflow by cracking a window, if safe and weather appropriate, or using a fan to circulate air. Stagnant, warm air can make your bedroom feel stuffier and disrupt temperature regulation. By optimizing your bedroom's microclimate, you create an environment that supports your body's natural sleep processes, enhances ADH production, and reduces the likelihood of waking up due to bladder signals. What's the current temperature in your bedroom at night? If it's outside the 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit range, experiment with a cooler setting for a few nights and observe the impact on your sleep and nighttime bathroom visits. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Mistake number 1, the gravity and pressure problem, is your sleeping position. The most significant yet often overlooked contributor to nocturia, particularly as we age, is failing to account for the role of gravity and sleeping position in nighttime urine production. This issue surprises many of my patients, as it's a primary driver of disrupted sleep that's rarely discussed outside specialized medical settings. Throughout the day, as you stand, sit, or move, gravity naturally pulls fluids downward, causing a small amount of fluid to accumulate in the tissues of your lower extremities, your legs, ankles, and feet. This condition, known as peripheral edema, is a normal physiological process to some extent but becomes more pronounced with age, prolonged sitting or standing, or medical conditions like venous insufficiency, heart failure, or kidney disease. When you lie down to sleep, gravity no longer holds this fluid in your lower body. Over several hours, the fluid gradually re-enters your bloodstream, increasing your circulating blood volume. Your kidneys, sensing this increased volume, filter out the excess fluid as urine, which fills your bladder and often wakes you up in the middle of the night. This gravity-driven fluid shift is a key reason why nocturia becomes more common with age, as tissue elasticity and circulatory efficiency naturally decline. To mitigate this fluid shift and reduce nighttime urine production, you can take proactive steps to process this fluid before you go to bed. The most effective strategy is leg elevation in the evening, paired with an optimized sleeping posture. Here's how to implement these changes. Elevate your legs for 1 to 2 hours before bed. In the evening, while relaxing, perhaps reading, watching TV, or meditating. Lie on a couch, bed, or the floor and elevate your legs using pillows, an ottoman, or even a wall. The goal is to position your ankles above the level of your heart, allowing gravity to drain the accumulated fluid from your legs back into your bloodstream. Your kidneys will process this fluid, prompting you to urinate it out before bed, ideally using the double voiding technique described earlier. Aim for 1 to 2 hours of elevation, depending on your schedule and comfort level. For individuals with significant edema, you may notice a need to urinate once or twice during this period, which is a sign the technique is working. Optimize your sleeping posture. Once in bed, your sleeping position continues to influence fluid dynamics and bladder pressure. Sleeping on your back with a pillow under your knees maintains a slight elevation of your legs, reducing fluid accumulation overnight. Alternatively, sleeping on your left side with a pillow between your knees offers multiple benefits. It relieves direct pressure on your bladder, improves circulation by reducing compression of major blood vessels, and minimizes acid reflux, which can exacerbate sleep disruptions. Avoid sleeping on your stomach, as this can place unnecessary pressure on your bladder and pelvic organs. Consider compression if needed. For individuals with significant peripheral edema, e.g., swollen ankles by the end of the day, wearing compression socks or stockings during the day can help prevent fluid buildup in the legs. Remove them before elevating your legs in the evening to allow the fluid to drain effectively. Consult a healthcare provider if you suspect underlying medical conditions contributing to edema. The evidence for leg elevation is robust. A 2015 study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that elderly patients who practiced leg elevation for 1 to 2 hours before bed experienced a significant reduction in nocturia episodes, with some participants reporting up to 50% fewer nighttime awakenings. By addressing the fluid shift in the evening, you reduce the kidney's workload overnight, allowing for longer stretches of uninterrupted sleep. Putting it all together, the rule of one for lasting change. These 3 mistakes: rushing through your pre-sleep bathroom trip, sleeping in a suboptimal microclimate, and ignoring the effects of gravity and sleeping position, are among the most common and correctable causes of nocturia. However, attempting to overhaul your entire routine overnight can feel daunting, especially if you're already frustrated by disrupted sleep. This is where the rule of one comes in. Rather than tackling all 3 changes at once, focus on the single strategy that resonates most with you, the one that sparked an aha moment as you read this. For example, if the idea of double voiding feels intuitive, commit to practicing it consistently for 3 nights. Set a reminder to visit the bathroom mindfully before bed and follow the steps outlined above. If your bedroom feels too warm or cold, experiment with adjusting your thermostat to 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit and switching to breathable pajamas or bedding for a few nights. If you've noticed swollen ankles or suspect fluid shifts are contributing to your nocturia, try elevating your legs for an hour each evening and track how it affects your nighttime bathroom visits. Start with one change, implement it intentionally, and monitor your progress. Use a simple journal or app to note how many times you wake up to urinate each night and how refreshed you feel in the morning. Once you've mastered one strategy and seen results, typically within a few days to a week, consider adding another. This incremental approach builds sustainable habits and prevents overwhelm. So there you have it. The 5 surprising mistakes that could be stealing your precious sleep and the simple, actionable steps to reclaim those uninterrupted nights. I hope this has been an eye-opening journey for you, shining a light on how your body works and what it needs to rest deeply. Now, I want to hear from you. What's one key thing you've learned from this video that you're excited to put into practice? Maybe it's the 3-hour liquid cutoff, the double voiding technique, or elevating your legs before bed. Whatever it is, drop it in the comments below and let's inspire each other to make these changes stick. If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more practical health tips to transform your life. Take care, and here's to sleeping deeply.